Yo, my people. Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Hit the like button. You know what to do. Straight in. It's international break. What's there to talk about? Strikers. I'm looking forward to an unprecedented transfer window. Is that how it goes? I believe so. That war chest finally opening. Berta in. What's he gonna do? He's worked with big names. He's signed big names. He's flipped Rodri 50 mil one season. Nice. He's flipped Griezmann. Nice. What's he gonna do for us? Hit the like button if you're liking the pre-records. I'm still gonna be doing the lives as always, people. I know it hasn't been as consistent as it was earlier this season in regards to lives, one-on-one, even the OGs, but slowly but surely everything's gonna be ticking along together smoothly. Let's look at the striker market, people. We know who the main target for most fans, the ideal signing for most fans. We know who that is, Alexander Isak. Now, when people talk about him, including myself, it sounds like there's no other options out there but him. And I'm going to talk about a couple other options that, as a main striker, I would be happy and or intrigued by. And I say couple options because it is scarce when we're talking who's going to lead the Arsenal line to glory, who's going to lead the Arsenal line over the line. Because essentially that's what's the job of the main man coming in this summer is. We're gonna buy a centre mid. We're gonna probably buy a left backup goalkeeper, maybe a left winger, maybe another 8, 10. I don't know. We're gonna buy a few players this summer. Unprecedented war chest open, all of that. Yeah, let's not forget. So there's gonna be multiple players we look at to help take us over the line. But essentially, if a striker comes in and bags the 20 that we all hope the new striker comes in and bags, we're all looking at that new striker. Names on shirts. That's just how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles, people. That's how it crumbles. What can we do? Strikers get the glory. It is what it is. And I hope the striker we get this summer does get the glory, because that'll mean that he's taken us over the line. And obviously Isak is the number one target, the ideal, the Premier League proven. And I don't use that loosely. When people were calling, Watkins Premier League proven, I'd argue that, no 20 goal seasons. I know one off a 20 goal season, been in the league a few years now. There's different levels of Premier League proven, but I believe he's Premier League proven to the top 4 race extent. Whereas Isak is on the verge of a back-to-back 20 goal season. That's Premier League proven. Harry Kane, Premier League proven. Haaland, Premier League proven. But obviously, Harry Kane, Haaland, they did it. Well, I wouldn't say Haaland's on it for a lot longer. Kane definitely did. But Haaland is he's just a different beast in terms of a 9, traditional, out and out in the box. Whereas Isak, reason I love him so much is because all round there isn't another option like him out there. As much as I said, there's a couple other options in terms of who I'd be happy and or intrigued by leading the line. Isak is the complete option from head to toe. Literally, you can whip balls in, he can get his head on them. We've seen that ourselves this season. Left foot, right foot, we've seen that ourselves this season. No joke, we've seen it all. Left foot, right foot, heading. Bob's your uncle with Isak. Put him in front of goal and he's scoring goals, and put him outside the box. He's also adding a little, panache. He can carry the ball. He can dribble past players. He can drop a shoulder. He can create a yard of space. He's not just a box monster, a fox in the box. Far from it. And that's why he is the ideal option. Now, that's also why his price tag, 150 million valuation, and that's to talk. But let's be serious, 150 million does it. I was asked last summer, would you do it? I said yes. A lot of people laughed. A lot of people said, yeah. And then what else do we get? Well, I look at it last summer. I look at the impact Mourinho, Calafiori, and Sterling have made, and Neto, everyone that had him in as well. And even in hindsight, take me back there, I'd still say 150 on Isak. This summer, problem is this summer, I think we have multiple positions that we need to upgrade in. Whereas last summer, I really felt that the striker department and the number 8 department, we get them right and we're good to go. Good to go. I would have did the 150 on his second 70 M's on a number 8 instead of the market opportunities we got. But yeah, 150 million valuation, it is unlikely. And to be honest, when I consider everything we need to do at the end of this list I have here, I'm going to tell you a couple options I would do, because I believe we have to couple up an out and out starting striker with someone off the bench. Jesus hasn't been the same player since the big injury. So this big injury now, halfway through next season, it's not looking good. Havertz already, we know, is a makeshift striker. Already we know, better off the bench, impact, change it up. Play multiple positions, good, not great. We know this. Can it be sustainable with that wage? No, but, you know, on top of his injury and him still being somewhat a fan favorite, because I'm seeing things that he'd be perfect for Real Madrid. That's for another video. People may be alive. Maybe I would have done it already. I don't know when this is coming out. But but yeah, I believe we need 2 strikers. And at the end of this list, I'm gonna get into what I do. So hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Can't even get my words out. 26 years of age, right-footed, but like I said, left-footed, heading ability. He has it all. 19 goals, 25 games across the Premier League, 22 goals, 5 assists in 32 games across all competitions. So 27 goal involvements in 32 games. Like I said, second back-to-back now, 20 goal seasons in the Premier League. Not many have done that, especially across the last 10 years. You know, not many have done that. That was the standard back in the day. That was how you achieve Premier League proven status. But now you can have a 15 goal season, 18 goal season, 17 goal season, and apparently you're proven in the Premier League. Big up Chris Wood as well. He's proven as well in the Premier League. Maybe we should be going for him. Or maybe not. Because Premier League proven, there's levels to it, right? And that's no disrespect to Chris Wood, by the way. Chris Wood's a better striker than any we have on the books right now. That needs to change in the summer. But Isak, number 1, without a shadow of a doubt. Not much more to talk about. You know him, I know him, we know him, we've seen him, you've seen him, we've all seen him. We know why we like him. We know the valuation. Doubt the club will do it. But war chest. Let's see. Let's see. And before we keep it moving, hold up. If you're a podcaster or someone looking to get into podcasting, I got something for you. Don't waste any time searching for those perfect clips for the socials. FILMORA are here for us. Podcasts are the present, they're the future, but don't limit yourselves to audio alone. With FILMORA, you can seamlessly convert an audio file into a visually engaging video with just a few clicks of the button. Premiere, they ain't got this. CapCut, they ain't got this. FILMORA's automated audio to video feature is simple to use, and you can pick from up to 10 customizable AI styles to suit your vision. Capture new eyes across social media, and most importantly, help grow your main content. The AI identifies key moments in the podcast to create 30 to 180 second clips while matching up the audio to high quality visuals, smooth transitions, and auto-generated captions. Light work. If you don't like the sound of your own voice, you can also use FILMORA's text-to-speech feature and use the various stock voices available to generate a fresh piece of audio. You can then feed that audio into the audio to video feature, and you have a fresh piece of content ready to go without saying a word. Show some love, people. From ideas to videos in just a few minutes. Expand the reach of your content using FILMORA. Link in the description. Link in the pinned comment. You know what to do. Support the sponsor. Support the channel. Love for the love. Let's get back into it. All right, people. Into number 2. And number 2 is no surprise. Gyökeres. No surprise. And I think it is close. I can't lie to you. When you consider the valuation of Gyökeres, which is 100 mil release clause euros, works out to about 82 mil pounds. I think, you know, essentially half the cost of Isak and just as much intrigue at the very least. Now, the difference is Premier League proven with Isak. Gyökeres has played in this country, so he wouldn't have to acclimatize much and get used to the weather and all that nonsense that we hear sometimes. But he's not proven in this league. So that is the difference, and the valuation is the difference. Is it worth the risk? I'd say if you couple up Gyökeres with the right other attacking signing, then it could be more beneficial to go for Gyökeres. And by that, I mean left winger. Maybe wingers I'll do on another video. Yeah, wingers I'll do on another video. And midfielders I'll do on another video. No point talking about defenders or goalkeeper, even though it looks like we're spending a chunk on Garcia. Why? I don't know. How many games did our backup keeper play this season? One? Oh. Anyway, this is a strikers vid. Let me not start going off on one. Again, right-footed, but can finish with his left as well. Listen, last summer I didn't know much of Gyökeres at all. It was just highlights and catching up on the wave. This season I made it a point to watch more games, and I've watched a handful of sporting games. Not in-depth watching, by the way, but I've watched a handful of sporting games and many highlights after games and game weekends, as I do for most leagues in Europe, to be honest. But Gyökeres, again, this weekend, just gone. Goal and assist. And to be honest, the first goal as well, it was essentially his assist. He took the ball from the halfway line, beats the defender around the corner, gets the ball in. The guy he got the ball into should be scoring. I don't know. His body just seemed to shut down, and he just toe poked it to the guy next to him who finished it. So the assist got taken away from Gyökeres, but the work was all his. So another top performance from him all round. He's got 28 and 25 in the league. He's got 6 and 8 in the Champions League. He's bagged for Sweden now the last couple of years. So international level, European level, league level, albeit a tier B league, I'd say, at best. But 40 goals now and 10 assists. That goal and assist on the weekend makes it 40 goals and 10 assists in 41 games. That's crazy numbers. And at 27 years of age going into next season, no excuses. You see with Isak and Gyökeres, there's no excuses for us to get it right. They're not young enough to use the young card or the inexperienced card. They've been bagging 20, so there's no, they ain't bagged 20 before card. They've shown their prowess in front of goal, in and around the box, outside the box even. Because Gyökeres, again, outside the box, he's no mug. He's powerful in his runs. He's got a bit of pace. He's confident. He can dribble on the ball. Not Isak level dribbler. But yeah, especially, Isak has got like I said, the panache, whereas Gyökeres is more of a brute with his dribbling, using his pace and confidence to get him. But equally as effective in the league he's in. Can he be as effective, in this league? That's the only, I guess, card people would use if it wasn't to work. It's the Premier League. It's a different beast. It's not the Championship. It's not Portuguese league, and it's not. But Gyökeres is still close behind for me, in regards to number one target. And again, with Isak, I said I'll mention at the end of the list who I'd couple things up with, and Isak and Gyökeres head both lists in terms of who I'd couple up those two players with further down this list. And to be honest, the list ain't long. I said the list ain't long. In January, I mentioned Gyokeres and Osimhen. Osimhen for me has probably listen, he just scored a hat-trick on the weekend. 20 goals in the league now for Galatasaray. His second 20-goal season. So he hasn't had many. Obviously, Napoli won the league now again at Galatasaray. I say gonna win the league. There's still a chance of Fenerbahce, but Galatasaray are doing their thing, and he's got 20 goals again. So he's having a good season. Not great. It's the Turkish league, and I would have expected Osimhen to be hitting 30, if I'm honest. But he's now top scorer, I believe. Yeah, he's top scorer, overtaking Piatek. But Piatek being there kind of tells you what it is already in that league. 75M release clause that works out to about £62 million. I'd do that. I'd do that. I'd do that if Isak and Gyökeres weren't available. January is a different story. Gyökeres and Osimhen, I would have done either. We had things to fight for this season. In the summer, like I said, I've got two mini combinations. I won't even call it lists. Mini combinations that at the end of this video, I'll give my thoughts on, what I'd be happy with. Osimhen doesn't fall in either of them. 62 million does sound like a potentially very shrewd bit of business and a low risk move. But at the same time, I'm looking to take those risks, people. I'm looking for this club to take those risks. You didn't save up this war chest for this long not to take a little risk when it's time to win the Premier League. So Osimhen fallen down the list, and to be honest, overtaken by Lautaro Martinez. Yeah, his name's come up a few times over the years, and he's been pretty consistent. I can't lie. I've always liked him, never loved him. I always liked him. Not sure why I've never felt that he's taken that step further to become an all-time or a great striker. I think he's a very, very good striker, and to be honest, he's been consistent in Serie A. He's had multiple 20-goal seasons. I think 3 or 4 now. Couple league titles, I think minimum. Off the top of my head, he's been there a little while, 7, 8 years now. So he's been on a rich vein of goal scoring form over the years. This season, not so much. He has dropped off, but Inter are much more rigid and defensively minded team than probably ever before in Martinez's era there. But he's still essentially number one choice. 2 up top, and he's the partner for whoever's playing alongside him. More time to run, but whoever's playing alongside him. So again, he's shown his worth up front as a lone striker. He's shown his worth, backing up support striker in a double act. Done the same with Lukaku at Inter as well when they won the league title. And 20-goal season shows that he's also a gunman. 28 years of age, prime. Now, this is more one where my happiness level drops from an Isak or a Gyökeres, but the intrigue is still very much there because the potential is there that, a 28-year-old, he's scored goals. He's got the South American grit about him. He works hard. He'd probably fit Arteta's system very well. Now, I know that this system needs tweaking to allow a striker to be able to score 20 goals at this moment in time. But in terms of work rate and making yourself of use, Martinez has made himself of use to multiple managers over the years, always being the preferred choice. Can't remember any big injuries, always being available. So for me, Martinez is an interesting one. Obviously, Berta, rumors that he, picks him out as a potential option. And that's why, his name came up again. I pretty much forgot about him. But listen, Inter are doing their thing. So I'm not too sure. He seems very happy there. He seems very happy. There's €100 million valuation on his head as well. So yeah, it wouldn't be cheap. It wouldn't be any cheaper than a Gyökeres. It'd be cheaper than an Isak. But I think if I'm looking at Gyökeres and Martinez or Osimhen, it's Gyökeres. So any combinations I have, one is Isak, one is Gyökeres. And in terms of starting strikers, I'm done, people. If this was a starting striker targets this summer vid, the vid would be done there. But this vid is the only strikers Arsenal should be looking at. And I'm done with the starting strikers. It's time to get into a couple potential backups because I think we need 2. So combinations now. Isak and who? Gyökeres and who? Let's get into striker. What are we on? 5 and 6. Let's get into 5. Jonathan David. I'll start with him. I'll start with Jonathan David because he's free. So there you go. There you have it. He is a decent player. Once upon a time, 3-4 years ago, He was touted as a potential star. I don't think he's risen to that status. I don't think he's lived up to that potential or that noise, but he's a decent striker. Possesses, you know, enough for me to think that he'd be decent in this league as well. He's got a bit about him. He's tall enough. He's physical enough. He can head. He's both footed. He can head the ball. He scores goals as well. Listen, there's only 120 goal season here for Lille, and I know it's only the French league, but double digits every season. Double digits every season, and he's free. I'm gonna keep on going back to and he's free because essentially that's why I'm saying bring him in. We've got other work to do. So if it's an Isak, add along a Jonathan David. If it's a Gyökeres, add along a Jonathan David. I'll be happy with both combinations. Let me know in the comments. I'll be happy with both. So not much to say on Jonathan David. We can move it straight on to Samu. I'm going to say Samu because I don't want to butcher the surname Ajahawa. I say I don't want to. There you go. Ajahawa. Nigerians, let me know if I'm saying that right. And big up the Nigerian community on the channel as well. Ajahawa recently changed his name from Omarodion. I hope I'm saying that right, but I don't know where that's actually from. But he's changed his name to Ajahawa. Not changed, but preferred name is now Ajahawa. But you know what? Again, I think there's a video about 12 months ago where I'm laughing at Chelsea for agreeing a fee with Atletico for Samu. I was like, who the hell is this guy? Chelsea are on a mad one. In hindsight, I wish we signed him because they was going to get him for chips, and Porto in the end got him for chips. I know Atletico still own 50% transfer rights and some of this stuff, but we could have done with a Samu this season. When you see the type, I've watched him a little. When you see the type of striker he is, what he brings, I'm looking at this supposed interest in Sesko, and I'm thinking, hold on, similar ages, similar level leagues, and I'm liking Samu's presence more, attributes more. He's an aggressive finisher in the box. Any opportunity he's trying to hit, and when you consider how many of our players are trying everything but hitting it in the box, he would be a welcome addition. Listen, I think Sesko's the same. In the box, he just wants to, have a shot. But Samu's imposing. He's fast. He's got great movement in the box and in and around the box. He's the perfect rotation backup impact player, especially at this age, 21, going into next season. I think with his potential and his continued trajectory, you're probably looking at 50 M's. I think Porto bought him for 15, but Atletico own 50%, and Porto can buy back. I don't know. They can buy back a certain percentage every season for 15 million. So it's a bit complicated. But if Sesko's price is 60, 70 M's, I'm looking at Samu and thinking, all right, well, what's he costing? Now, whether it's Sesko, Samu, or Jonathan David, none of these men can come in as a starting striker. The starting striker has to be Isak or Gyökeres favorably. Martinez, I'd be intrigued by. Osimhen, not so much, but I'm going to put his name in there because there's something about him. But I can handle not going for Isak if Gyökeres and Samu or Gyökeres and Jonathan David come in. I can handle that. He's got 20 goals, 3 assists in 34 games, Samu, 21 years old. So, new league. Not the best league, but new league. So, and to be Berta. I just clocked Berta. Something I didn't have in my notes. Berta signed him. I swear Berta made a quick flip. And added that 50%, rights thing. Hey, Berta, we need some of that. Good business out as well as good business in. I can't lie to you. We need some of that. But people, there's 6 strikers I've named there, 3 of which I'll take as starting. 1, I'm in between with, Osimhen, and 2 backup options, cheaper, one being free. Let me know your thoughts on my mini list, people. Give me some options if I've missed out any names. I'm not the most knowledgeable across world football, but I can't think of any better starting strikers than Isak, Gyokeres, or Lautaro Martinez. And I can't think of many better backups than Jonathan David, Samu, Ajahawa. Let me know. If you do, put it in the comments. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe, people, as always. And go show FILMORA some love, people. They sponsored this video. There's a link in the description if you want to get your editing up, save some time. Podcaster. It does many other things. Show them some love. Show the vid some love. Make sure you subscribe. Love for the love. What should I do next? Wingers or midfielders? We'll see. Peace. I'm out.